Well, one way certainly for parents to make sure they have some extra cash to help pay for all those school supplies over the year is to become a real estate investor. We are here with Brant Phillips, who is joining us to talk about some of the ins and outs of this tricky business. Is that accurate to call it tricky? Because there's a lot of risk involved when you talk about investing. Is now a good time, do you think?
Well, I feel like now is a great time. When investing, there's always going to be risk, but if you prepare yourself and get the proper education, you can learn to overcome the risk.
So let's say somebody's sitting here like me, and you want to become a real estate investor. Right. What does that entail? Where do you even begin? Because you actually teach classes and seminars on how people can get involved in this. How does one even get started?
Well, with real estate, what helped me is I had great mentoring when I first got started. You know, I read a few books, and I had some people who actually went out there and done it and had great success. And I kind of followed their steps and just started to get the same results that they got.
We're talking about that broad term, real estate investing. What exactly does that mean? Are you going out and buying homes and then renting them out and then making a profit from the rent that you're making on top of whatever mortgage you have to pay?
Yeah, simple terms. You buy a home, you rent it out, you make more than what your expenses are. So your income is going to exceed whatever outcome that you're putting on the property. And right now there's great opportunities to buy homes with a large amounts of equity and large cash flow. So that is one of the things that we're doing right now.
I mean, that sounds expensive to do when you talk about go out and buy some homes and then rent them out. I mean, are there tricks to this trade, I would imagine? I asked you before we started, do you need money to make money? Do you need money to buy these homes in order to, you know, rent them out?
That's actually one of the big myths about real estate investing. There's a lot of ways that you can be, it's not like a simple stock where you have to buy this, you have to put down this money to buy a stock. With the real estate, there's a lot of creative ways that you can buy properties with little or no money at all. And there's still a lot of opportunities for financing right now with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. There's some private lending opportunities, and I can tell you that the homes that we buy, we don't put any money down on them.
So give me a little tip, give me a little secret. I mean, to me it just sounds unreal to buy a house without any money down, but then you're still able to make a profit on your rent. How do you do it?
Well, one of the simplest ways that we do it, we've gone to a lot of people with all the downturn in the economy. People are complaining about not getting good returns from the stock market, the volatility. So what we've done is we've partnered with a lot of private investors. We call them private mortgage lenders, and these are people who have either cash or money in their IRA money. And we find a lot of our clients from the interest group, and what they do, they lend that money out to us, and we pay them a simple interest on that money. Like
so there's more people involved here than just you going out and buying a house. I mean, you need to go maybe that direction. Can you do it on your own?
You can do it on your own, and like I said, there's still conventional financing. I work with a lot of clients that are able to go get bank loans. If you've never bought a property, you can still get 4 properties through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is good conventional 30-year financing. We
also hear about flipping homes. That's buying a house, putting some improvements on it, and then selling it right away.
Yes, sir.
Is it a good time to do that, or is that's a tricky thing as well?
We're in a buyer's market right now, but it still can be done. I'm actively flipping houses as we speak, and we've done several this year. So it can be done. It's a little bit trickier than it was a couple of years ago, but there's still some opportunities to do that in this market.
I get emails all the time, and we've done a lot of stories on them here on Fox 26 about auctions. I mean, there's all these auctions for all these foreclosures, and you can get great deals, you know, $1 million homes that are starting at $250,000.
Right.
Are these legit?
You know, I've never gone that route, to be honest with you. I'm more conventional. I don't like to say that you're going to go out and make millions, but you know, we buy the basic houses, which are, you know, your 3-bedroom, 2-bath, cookie-cutter houses that you can get for maybe $70,000 or $80,000 that are worth $100,000 to $120,000, $130,000. You can find those deals all day long.
In terms of the timing right now, we're in the midst of this recession. Things are getting a little better in terms of housing. Is now a better time simply because the market is down? I mean, there's more foreclosures out there.
Sure.
Do you want to buy foreclosures?
We buy a lot of foreclosures. Yeah, we buy a lot of foreclosures, and the way I see it, it's always a good time to buy real estate. The market changes and shifts, but for buy and hold investor, this is a great time, especially to buy and hold rentals.
What do you need to do to make a good profit? I mean, how do you weigh I don't know if it's a math formula, but okay, this house costs this much. I've got this much into it. How do you calculate whether you're going to make money on it and not be stuck with another bill?
Comparable sales and comparable rents in the area. Once you factor in all of your purchase price, your cost of repairs, and you figure out exactly what you're going to get for rent and what all of your expenses are going to be, which is your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and then you can just simple math figure out. You say I'm going to cash flow, quote unquote cash flow, $200, $300 a month, and that's a typical cash flow.
Is it tough to be a landlord You get a lot of people who, my stove is broken, the air conditioning's not working.
There's some difficult times being a landlord. It's just a business, you know. What we teach people to do is set up systems and how to handle these things to take care of your tenants and make sure that you keep them for long-term tenants and just take care of those problems without getting the late-night phone calls.
Any other tips? Any other final tips? You're getting started. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. We could talk about this a long time. I mean, there's a lot to do this. Do you have a website or something?
We do have a website. Then go to HoustonCapitalGroup.com to find out some more information.
Very good. Brant Phillips, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.